Okay, we're back again. We are on trial run number two. Welcome to Manhood Academy Podcasting. We have with us Hassan. We have with us DBP. We got Franchise. We got Mr. Care Bear. We have the Learninator, new guy Learninator, and Travo. Welcome. We are on podcasting topics. Let's see. I'm going to go to the podcasting topics. Bleep. Bleep. I can close the class thread. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. All right, where are we? All right, so on Paperclip's EM report. Let's see here. Today, actually, let's find out a little bit about our new guy before we start. Might as well. New guy, Learninator. We got two new guys to class. Learninator, what's going down, man? Why are you here? Why are you here in our classroom? What happened?
I don't know. A lot of things have happened. But
summarize it. Give us the 5-sentence summary.
It's funny. I only started out like trying to figure out like this whole like relationship between men and women thing like a week ago.
A week ago? Whoa! You never talked to girls before a week ago?
No. Obviously, I talked to girls and stuff, but like I always thought I kind of had it figured out, you know.
Okay.
So like,
you were Snoop Dogg, in other words.
Yeah, totally. I just had the bitches all over me, you know.
And then the hoes didn't come back, and you're like, wait, the hoes come back to Snoop Dogg. Why aren't they coming back to me?
Well, actually, I think I fared pretty well. Like, you know, I've had a couple girlfriends and stuff. I'm trying to hone my craft more, I'd say.
What happened to the girlfriends?
What?
What happened to the girlfriends?
I broke up with them.
Because?
Because I just wasn't feeling it.
Oh, so you're all set then. What's the problem? Hello? You don't know?
I'm just trying.
So you can get them. If you can get them, what's the problem then? It's just getting the right one, right?
Yeah.
So you can already manage relationships.
Reasonably well.
How so?
Well, like the biggest change in my life was just when I learned to stop being a pushover. I haven't really gone into the whole like, you know, expressing my authority though, you know.
Okay, so you get a girl, right? Let's say you get a girlfriend. Why are you getting a girlfriend you don't want then?
Because it's easier to get them when you don't really care about the outcome.
Right, but that's like, I could probably walk down the street right now and go get a fat chick. That doesn't mean I necessarily want to be with a fat chick. So that's my question: is what's the point?
That's the problem, you know.
Okay, so the issue is you can get a chick you don't want.
Yeah.
So what if you try to get a chick? Have you ever tried to get a chick that you did want?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I got burned.
How so?
I ended up in the friend zone. I ended up being, you know, like the nice guy, do everything for you, you know.
So you can't manage a relationship. You can get girls that you don't want, you don't care about, but a girl that you actually want, you don't know how to manage a relationship, and she dumps you.
Basically.
Oh, okay, so now it's a different story than Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg has hot chicks that he actually wants, but you have chicks, you have fatties and fuglies you don't want that you could dump at any time that nobody cares about. It's like I'm pretty sure Travo could go pick up a homeless woman right now, but he doesn't want a homeless woman. He wants a girl that takes a shower every now and then. But that's the challenge, to find a girl that you like that takes a shower.
Every now and then.
Every now and then.
Are you one of those all-natural type?
You want one of those all-natural, non-hippie chicks that believes in soap and shampoo.
Use egg wash for their hair.
Okay, well, welcome to class. Joe, son, what's your story? Joe, son.
Well.
Oh, he's got a mic. Yeah, hold on. You got the rapper's mic. I love it.
You got the MC.
It's the only mic I have.
It's on karaoke. Hit it.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Clear, right?
Wait, you don't need to,
Okay.
You don't need to, get too close to it. It's fine. We can hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. Well, let me see. My story.
Speak up a little
Is
bit.
this about girls or just like...
No, just your story. How'd you get here?
Does it have to be... Okay, well, basically, like in high school, I had a girlfriend. You know, I thought it was easy, whatever, you know, because I always had a lot of girls chasing me.
Okay, speak up a little bit.
And then, how about now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're like,
So,
the Learninator. You got chicks chasing you. You got chicks on your jock.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't get like the ugly girls.
Oh, you're different from a learninator. You got hot chicks. You got actual hot chicks.
Yeah, like I had a girlfriend who I really liked.
Okay.
And then like once she dumped me, that's when I realized like, you know what, there's something wrong here. You know, I thought I had it.
Gotcha. So
when I started like
gotcha. Keep going.
okay, so from then on, that's when I started like doing research. You know, I started like trying to find out how to get my girlfriend back and how like relationships work. So then during that time, that's when I just started getting into it and like all that the PUA stuff. Right?
PUA seduction community crap. So basically, your issue is like some guys on here. They can attract a girl. They have an attractive face. They have an attractive build. A girl is interested initially. She'll talk to you, maybe even get in a relationship with you. But over time, it just seems like it wanes out, and you're like, what? Why? What happened? I thought she was attracted to me.
Well, no, that was only for my first relationship.
Okay. Oh, we got another one.
After that, I learned how to change myself and just like hold control. But the problem with me was though it was trying to meet new women because the way I met girls, it was really passive.
Really passive meaning a girl would have to initiate a conversation with you first.
No, not necessarily. It was more like if there was a girl there, I'd talk to her, as opposed to like me actually going over to a random girl and like starting conversation.
As opposed to going over to a random girl and starting a conversation. Again, yeah, she would have to approach you.
Like if she, like no, not really approaching, but if she wasn't like in my vicinity, I wouldn't do anything about it. I wouldn't go out of my way to meet a girl.
Gotcha. So you're getting girls approaching you that you're not really interested in, is what you're saying.
Sometimes. And that it's funny that you mentioned that because I had a girl a while back. I was interested in her at first, and then later on it just kind of like died off, and I stopped talking to her.
You're going to have to clarify what the issue is because it sounds like you don't have an issue, but then obviously you do have an issue because you're here.
Well, yeah, for me, I want to just extend my authority more because I can do it, but it's just barely coming out. So I want to.
Right. Okay. So we don't. Okay. So I'm just going to assume you don't know what you're talking about because your story doesn't make sense. It's like it's all over the place. So you're just going to have to pay attention, and you're going to learn the hard way or the easy way, so to speak. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Good. Glad you're here. If you guys have a chance, make sure you get headphones because we're getting some feedback. I'm not sure who it's from, but when you come to class, make sure you got headphones because I will hear feedback from your speakers if not. So make sure you get headphones for next class. We're going to cover right now. Let me see. Hold on a second. Mute this real quick. Mute that. See if it takes care of the problem. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. No. Wait. Boom. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Yes, sweet. Okay. Let's see here. We're covering. Can everybody see the screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay. We're covering. I need to move this over just one tick. We're covering Paperclip's post. Today I attended one of Professor Plum's podcasts. There was a bunch of regulars there. Bogler, Travel, Blue, and DKO. There was also... You're killing me, guys. You're killing me. Somebody. Let's see who
I like
is
that
it.
I'm a regular.
Hold on a second. Mute. Okay, let's see if it's you. Mute. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Somebody's giving me feedback. I have to kill somebody. Hold on.
Here. I'll mute myself.
No, hold on. I gotta do it on my end. Mute. Let's see. Mute. Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. What the fuck? Alright, I think we're, no! Motherfucker. Okay, let's see. Travo? Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Not Travo. DBP. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Here we go. DBP. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Why, God? Why do you curse me this way? Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. No. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. It's always fun to find the new student who's crashing our podcast. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Okay. I found it. I found the culprit. Mr. Learninator. You have to get headphones for next class. What I'm going to do right now, though, is I'm just going to stay in class. You're fine right now. I'm just going to keep you muted. All right. Bam. Bamp. Bamp. No, we're good. Cancel that. Cancel that. Good. Okay. Back to where we started. Okay, so everybody else hear me okay?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, good. We're on Paperclip's EM report. We've just spent the last 12 minutes troubleshooting these problems. Thank you. You don't need to type in the chat. You're going to distract me, Josan. Thank you, sir. Josan, are you back? Yo. I think I might have still muted him. How you doing? Joseph, you back? Josan, you back? Your mic is muted.
No, he has to unmute himself.
Josan, unmute yourself real quick. Click on your little chat thing. There we go. You're good. Okay.
I'm muted. Can you hear me?
You're good. All right. We want to get to this report. Today I attended one of Professor Plum's classes where there was technical difficulties. There were a bunch of regulars there, Bogler, Travo, Blue, and DKO. There was also a new guy named Carbon. Professor Plum asked me a question and I gave the wrong answer. Suddenly Bogler says something. Shocker. I don't remember the exact conversation, but it went something like this. Bogler, fail. You failed. You failed, Paperclip. That was the wrong answer, Bogler. And then Paperclip responds, don't be a dick, bro. Punishing by ridicule. Bogler, stop talking. Now the problem is that I used a dysfunctional type of punishment. I'm labeling something that people are supposed to laugh at. Other examples used to ridicule someone are asshole, Travo, you faggot, Travo, you homo, Travo, you bitch. I didn't know these words were used on others for people to laugh at because I thought they were just used to make the person feel bad. But now I get it. The person feels bad when they're being ridiculed because he knows that others around him will laugh at him. Now I don't want to ridicule people anymore because it's dysfunctional. Okay, so skipping down. After the podcast was over, I stayed around for a few minutes to chat. I told Carbon, the new student, about the Plum Rule. What's the Plum Rule, Travo?
Bogler can't punish.
That's not the Plum Rule. What's the Plum Rule, franchise?
Boggles is wrong. Everyone else is right.
Boggles is always wrong. Everyone else is always right when you're talking to Boggles. Why is that the Plum Rule for Boggles, Mr. Care Bear?
Yeah, the Plum Rule is there to punish Boggles, so then he has...
Why?
He
Why?
can improve himself.
So
that
that
he stops being a jackass.
Too vague. Doesn't describe the problem. Why is the Plum Rule instituted only for Boggles, DVP?
Because he's the worst student at Manhood Academy and he...
No. You're almost the worst student at Manhood Academy now with that answer. It's terrible. DVP.
Okay. It's because Bogler is notorious for getting into fights, and he needs to give incentive, so we're forcing him not to punish with the Plum Rule.
If I punch you in the face, is that incentive to stop doing something?
That is incentive, but we're forcing him.
If I give you an ice cream cone, is that incentive to do something?
Well, you're right. Yeah, it is incentive.
So you want to clarify our use of the term incentive?
Yeah, we're forcing him to give positive incentive by punishing any negative incentive he gives with the Plum Rule.
Yes, Boggles is notorious for burning bridges, for not forming relationships with the students at the academy, because he always punishes the student. So, for instance, if somebody's giving an answer in class and it's the wrong answer, Boggles says, fail, you're an idiot, etc. So he's burning a bridge. He's giving negative incentive to the other person. He's telling the other person, don't talk to me. I think you're an asshole. So whenever Boggles is ridiculing or interacting with another student, he tends to get into a fight with him because he has unrealistic expectations. And he doesn't know how to give the other student positive incentive, a reason to talk to him. So if I'm talking to you, and I'm the professor at the academy, what's one reason why you even bother to listen to me, Josen? Chew your sandwich, don't choke.
Can you hear me?
Yes. What's one reason you even bother to listen to me?
Because you have authority over us.
Why do I have authority over you? You chose to be here. You can leave anytime you want.
Because we chose to be here.
Why did you choose to be here?
So we can learn from you.
Learn what?
How to be a man.
Too vague. Travo, why did you choose to be here?
To learn social competence.
To learn social competence. You're here to learn to be trained in how to speak socially with other people so you can get your needs met. So you're learning something valuable that meets your needs. It's enjoyable. So you're getting a valuable benefit by talking to me. It's a valuable incentive. It's a positive incentive. It's a reason to keep talking to me. Boggles does not give you a reason to keep talking to him. He gives you a lot of negative reasons, but not a lot of positive reasons, a reason to talk to you. He gives you reasons not to talk to him. So the plum rule is instituted specifically for Boggler because he keeps fucking up in this regard. He keeps forgetting to give people incentive to give them a reason to talk to him. So here he is saying, let's see here. I told Carbon, who is a new student, about the plum rule. The following happened. Boggler says, only the worst students in class use that rule on me. Punishing by negative incentive. I didn't know how to punish him back. I would have ridiculed him, but I want to stay away from dysfunctional types of punishment. I didn't know how to punish him, so I didn't respond. Now looking back, I should have told him to shut up. I made the mistake to even give Boggler's argument a chance by thinking about it. I came too late to the conclusion that it's ironic that Boggler says that only the worst students in class use the plum rule when he himself is the worst student in class. If you notice his ranking, it says the worst student at Manhood Academy. Okay? So we already know who the worst student is. The problem here is Boggles is making an argument. Only the worst students in class use the plum rule. What would be the wrong way to answer that, Travo? Only the worst students in class use the plum rule. What's the wrong way to answer that?
To ridicule him?
What's the wrong way to answer that, DBP?
By saying you're the worst student at the academy.
Why is that the wrong way to answer that?
Because you're reasoning with him. You're justifying.
Yes, you're trying to argue with him, reason with him, justify yourself, essentially. Should you be arguing with Boggles?
No.
What is the point of the plum rule? Franchise.
To let him know that he's wrong, always wrong.
Yeah, so how do you use the plum rule?
Just if he argues with us, just say plum rule.
That's it. Plum rule. It says you're wrong. If he says something back to you, Travo, let's say I say I'm Boggles and I say, only the worst students in class use that rule on me, Travo. And you say?
Plum rule.
Plum rule. And I say, why are you being an idiot using the plum rule? Then what do?
Plum rule.
Okay, let me tell you what you do at this point. I didn't tell you what you do. You escalate. You escalate the punishment. You say, plum rule, if you argue with me again, get the fuck out. Got that?
Got it.
Okay, so I'm Boggles and I say, only the worst students in class use that rule on me, and everybody says,
Plum rule.
okay, and then I go, I'm gonna test you, Josen. Plum rule's for stupid people, though.
Plum rule. Stop arguing with me or get the fuck out.
Yes. Plum rule, and if he doesn't shut up, you say plum rule plus get the fuck out. He has to listen because, why, Travo?
Because he's the worst student at the academy.
No. He has to listen because, why, Franchise?
Because he is always wrong.
The plum rule says he's always wrong and you're always right. So you say plum rule. Then if he says, oh, only the worst students use the plum rule, then you say plum rule or get the fuck out. Why do you have the authority? Why do you have the authority to say get the fuck out?
Who are you addressing?
You, Franchise. Why do you have the authority to say get the fuck out?
Because we are always right and we're trying to teach him.
Why do you have the authority to say get the fuck out? Why do you have the right to say that?
We have a functional reason to say that.
Travo, why do you have authority to say get the fuck out?
Because you said we could.
Because I said you could. So what authority is that? That is deputy authority. You ever heard of the term deputy?
Yeah.
Deputy. Deputies get the authority.
It's the husband kind of authority.
Yes, deputies get the authority from the state. The state is like the papa. The deputy is deriving their authority from the state. It's just like the same with a husband and wife. A wife can tell the children to shut up or to tell the children to behave or they're going to get punished. Why does she have the right to do that? Big L?
Because her husband has handed authority over to her when it comes to dealing with their kids.
Yes, the husband has ultimate authority. He hands some of his authority to the wife to deal with the kids. She has deputy authority. I have handed you the plum rule. I have given you some of my authority. So now you're carrying around Plum's authority. You guys are deputies. You have little sheriff badges on. So if Boggles fucks with you, you got to remember, you have deputy authority from Plum. You can tell him, plum rule. And then you can tell him, plum rule plus get the fuck out. let's say he doesn't leave. He says, fuck you, I'm a student here. I'll do what I want. Then what, DBP? What are you going to do then?
Kick his ass out.
No, what you're going to do what? Who said kick his ass out?
I did.
How are you going to kick his ass out?
By kicking him out of the call if you're on Skype.
Wrong. DBP. Well, that's one way, but DBP, what's the problem with, like, let's say you're in Google Hangout. You can't kick him out of here.
Yeah. Come to you, and you'll ban him from the academy.
Wait, say that again?
Come to you. And
Why are you coming to me?
Because you have, because we have deputy authority to you.
Yes.
You have the authority to kick him out.
Yes, I have the authority to kick him out. You don't. So what happens is you say, Boggles, plum roll. And then he says, Travo, only the worst students in the academy use a plum roll. And you say,
Plum roll, get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
plum roll or get the fuck out. It's not plum roll, get the fuck out. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Do you understand that? Do you understand that doesn't make any sense? What is the plum rule saying? The plum rule is saying, the plum rule is saying, submit to my deputy authority. Recognize my authority. I'm a deputy. You better listen when I tell you something. So it says, listen to me or get the fuck out. You want to try it again, Travo?
Yeah.
Okay. So I say, only the worst students in class use the plum rule on me, Travo.
Plum roll or get the fuck out.
And I say, I don't have to listen to you. You're just a student here. And then you...
Then I go to you.
Yes, you drop a dime on his ass. You say, hey, Professor Plum, head sheriff. No longer deputy. You go to sheriff, the ultimate authority over the academy. And you say, Boggles is not respecting your authority because he's not respecting my authority. I am acting on your behalf. I have your authority. Boggles is not respecting your authority. Do you understand that? When Boggles is disrespecting you, he's not disrespecting you. He's disrespecting me. The problem is not Boggles. The problem is you're not enforcing my authority. You're acting on my behalf. So if you don't come to me, you're not exercising my authority properly. That's why you have to come to me. So you come to me and you say, Boggles is not respecting your authority. He's not obeying the plum rule. Then I go to Boggles and I go into my permissions section here in the administration control panel, and I select the ban button, and now Boggles isn't at the academy anymore. I'm going to ban Boggles for a day. And then I'm going to have a conditional re-entry into the academy. Boggles will be banned for that day. He'll be banned from student activities, and then he'll have to write a one-page letter to whoever fucked with him. Essentially, whoever fucked with my authority. So, to get back in the academy, Boggles will be writing, Dear Travo, I'm sorry, I did not respect you when you said blah, blah, blah. I was being an asshole. I was this and that. I was not paying attention. I was not learning the lesson, da, da, da. And it's going to have to be a page long. And maybe we'll have we'll add another page onto that so he can apologize to the academy in general. I think that'd be good. A personal apology to the deputy whose authority he didn't respect, and then also a general apology to the academy. So we'll have like a page for the deputy and a page for the academy. So anytime one of my deputies has a problem with Boggles,
So we just PM you?
PM me, or you can even do it in the chat room. Either one. The most immediate way possible. If you see me in there, if I don't respond in the chat room, just go ahead and send me a PM, just to be sure.
Got it.
All right.
All set. Okay. So I think that should take care of that. Oh. I'll show you an example of a fail authority. Or a failed deputy, I should say. Let's find failed deputy Jar.
I had to remind him to use the plum roll.
Yeah, Jar refuses to punish. He's a deputy I would have to basically fire. If he was working for me and I was a sheriff, I'd have to fire Jar. Because we had a podcast last time going explicitly over this, except we didn't cover the part about get the fuck out. But Jar's talking to Boggles. They're getting into an argument.
He's not able to keep the peace.
Yeah, he's not able to keep the peace. The town is full of bandits and marauders, thieves and horse thieves and murderers. Jar is not able to keep the peace. Let's see. We gotta go back. I think we gotta go back one more screen. This might be it. Let me see. Torero, blah, blah, blah. Where's... No, we probably gotta go back 2 screens. Let me see here. Should have saved this one. What was I thinking? Oh, here we go. Right in the middle. We're one conversation back. We're right there. Okay, I found it. With a stroke of luck, I found it. Okay, so here's Deputy Jar and Outlaw Boggles. Boggles is trying to hold up the bank. I shared the ebook with you other dudes. I'm still fine. So they're arguing over, I guess they're trying to get Jar to do something. Taro and Boggles are trying to get Jar to do something. And then eventually it gets into a little argument. Do you want Jar to lose out on all the supermodels? Jar's scared of blah, blah, blah. Blue balls excuses Jar. Not in the sentence, blah, blah, blah. So Jar's worried about, his reputation at college because he's allowed to paint anything on this rock. I guess they give students a rock and he's allowed to paint whatever he wants on the rock, and I guess they're trying to get him to advertise Manhood Academy on that rock. Jar doesn't want to flunk out of his university. This is what I'm assuming is taking place here. Boggles, I will solve my excuses when you solve yours. So what's wrong with this? Boggles, I will solve my excuses when you solve yours. What's wrong with that, DVP?
He's justifying himself to Boggles.
He's trying to reason with Boggles.
Yes.
Is it a deputy's job to reason with Boggles, Travo?
Nope.
What's his job?
To enforce, to punish.
No.
Yeah.
What is his job? What is a deputy's job, Travo?
To use your authority to create order.
Yes, but who is the deputy acting on behalf of, franchise?
You.
Yes, the sheriff.
Sure.
The deputy is there to enforce the sheriff's laws. You're there to enforce my laws. You're acting on my behalf. So, is Jar enforcing my law when he's arguing and reasoning with Boggler? No. So, we go here and he says, okay, I'll post Big L, blah, blah, blah. Then he says, Jar is paranoid vision delusion. Enough of the crock. Jar, you took up rock painting. Hey, Plum, I know you understand my reasoning because you're a logical guy that blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Jar is just still trying to reason with the sheriff. Jar just loves to reason with everybody. Okay, come on, let's get to the juicy stuff. Come on.
Even I had to
You're a
give
logical guy.
about using reason to Boggs.
Why does technology love to fail me? Come on! Motherfucker. Technology is against us today. We're trying to get to the one screen.
You guys don't want us to have class.
The one screen that'll save us, and we can't get to it. Okay, here we are. Alright, so Boggles, so he goes, Boggles, you are not logical at all. So Jar gets into it.
Paranoiacal?
Here we go.
Boggles is making up his own words.
Boggles is inventing words, and Jar is reasoning with Jar. Okay, we can both improve. I am offering you a contract with me. So now Jar is completely ignoring the reason why he was hired. He wasn't hired to enforce Jar's laws, Jar's ridiculous laws. He was hired to enforce Plum's laws. He's working for me.
Making deals with Boggles.
Yeah, he's making backyard deals with Boggles.
He's a corrupt officer.
Yeah, the corrupt officer.
He's a corrupt deputy, basically. Okay, so here we go down there. I agree with Terrell, blah, blah, blah. Boggles, tell Plum to post his face on the side, same thing, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the good part here. Stop
I
giving
don't even
attention.
need the plum rule.
Yes, oh, here we go. Here it goes.
One rule better than Jar.
So funny how students love to fail and not pay attention to podcasts. I said this because Jar was in the last podcast where we talked explicitly about the plum rule. I don't even need the plum rule. I got my own way of doing things. Okay. And even Boggles says, you sure need it. Even Boggles, the outlaw, knows. Even Boggles, the outlaw, knows that Jar needs a plum rule. I could just stop talking. Yeah. That's a fail. Boggles tells him that's a fail. Stop giving you attention. Fail.
And he's doing it even more. He's giving him a...
Yeah. I can stop giving you attention by reasoning with you and keep talking to you.
He doesn't even have authority over Boggs.
Yes, so we're eating our popcorn, waiting for the showdown. But we're waiting for Boggles and Jar to duel and Boggles to shoot one of my deputies dead. It's not a fail if everyone does it. The last time you used the plum roll, all it did was shrug off. You shrugged it off. Okay. I expect better from them. Okay, and actually Jar is right here because we didn't have any consequence like we just enforced now, where if I tell you the plum rule, basically you're supposed to come to the higher authority if you have trouble with the plum rule, enforcing the plum rule. Now we have definite steps. So we've given our deputies better steps to take. So in this regard, Jar is actually right. Okay. Just saying plum rule to you is like saying rock rule to a rock. Nothing happens. And he's right here. I didn't give him a gun. I sent him out in the street without a gun. So I didn't equip my authority with a proper step. Alright, why bother making a relationship with Boggles? Okay, so here we go. Boggles violates the plum rule. If Boggles violates the plum rule, you go find a higher authority, which would be me, and say, hey Boggles, hey Plum, I use the plum rule on Boggles. And then I told him plum rule, then I told him to plum plus get the fuck out, and he still didn't listen. Okay, so this is the next step, which we just covered. So now we're escalating. Again, this is also covered in the ebook. When you punish somebody, let's say you punish somebody and you say, Travo, you come over and you want a cookie. I say, Travo, you're not allowed to have those cookies. I baked those for somebody else. And you take one of the cookies. I say, Travo, I smack your hand. And then you come over again, and I have another batch of cookies baked, and you take another cookie. Should I just smack your hand? Travo?
Great punishment.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me hear that. Speak up. Josen, speak up.
Increase the punishment.
Increase the punishment,
Increase
yes.
the punishment.
Why do we need to increase the punishment?
Because he didn't learn from the first time.
Yeah, he didn't learn from the first time. The point of the punishment is that it inflicts pain. The pain does what? What does the pain do in a punishment?
It makes you realize that what you're doing is wrong.
If you are working out DBP, and all of a sudden you get pain in your shoulder, you're lifting a weight over your head, and you feel pain in there, what does that cause you to do?
It caused me to stop working out.
Yeah, it causes you to stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
If you're walking forward and you get hit by a car because you walked in the middle of the street, what does that cause you to do?
Not walk in the street.
Not walk in the street because of what? What did the pain do?
The pain taught you a lesson.
No. What did the pain do, franchise, to you walking in the street? You're walking in one direction, all of a sudden a car hits your legs.
It stopped me from not looking left and right
No.
while walking forward.
You're walking forward and the car crumpled your knees, Travel. What happened? You feel painful. You feel a painful sensation in your knees as your kneecaps crush. Ah! What did the pain
You got
do?
punished?
What did the pain do?
Punished you?
Yes, it punished you, but what did it do specifically?
Stopped you from walking.
Yeah, it stopped you from walking. It stopped whatever you were doing. Whatever dysfunctional behavior you're engaged in, that pain said, nope, you're not allowed to do it anymore. The pain itself stopped you. When you got hit by that car and it buckled your knees, you're unable to go forward anymore. The pain was too great. The pain caused damage to you, damaged your knees. Your knee no longer works. Now you can't walk. So, if somebody is still repeating a dysfunctional behavior after you punish them, what does that tell you about your punishment, DBP?
It's not enough.
Why not?
I got the answer.
Franchise has the answer.
Can I say it?
What was the
Okay,
question?
what was the question? Travel has the answer.
I have it.
Travel has the answer.
I don't have the answer.
I've got it.
Shut up. Big L has the answer.
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's hear it.
They didn't learn from the first punishment.
What's that?
They didn't learn from the first punishment.
Close, but not what I'm looking for. Joe-san, what's the answer?
It wasn't effective because it didn't stop them from what they were doing.
Yeah, it wasn't enough pain. So we have to increase the pain until the pain causes them to stop. If you're doing the splits, you're trying to do the splits and you go down a little ways and you feel just a little twinge of pain, can you go further? Can you keep doing the splits?
Yes.
Yes. What about if I start pushing on your legs and you start feeling this splitting sensation in your groin, this burning sensation? Will you keep trying to do the splits?
No,
Why?
No.
that's too much.
Hurts too much. Too much pain. Stops you from doing whatever you're doing. If your legs aren't prepared to do the splits, the pain's going to say stop doing the splits. Otherwise, you're going to break something or you're going to hurt something. And then if you keep trying to do the splits, you are going to hurt something. You're going to damage something, and it's going to prevent you from doing whatever you're doing. That is the point of punishment. So if you need to punish somebody, and they keep doing something that is dysfunctional, they keep violating your expectation, what does that tell you about you, Travo?
That my punishment isn't harsh enough.
That you are refusing to punish. You need to punish in order to create a functional relationship. If Boggles is doing something that is fucking with your relationship, that is preventing you from having a relationship with him, you need to punish him so he will stop that behavior and so that he can have a good relationship with you. If you don't punish him, you're like, Jar, you want to be a nice guy. Hey, I can't do that. I don't want to be bad. He's going to not like me. What's going to happen? DBP?
He's going to keep doing the dysfunctional behavior.
Yeah, and you're not going to have a relationship. And guess what?
Yeah.
The irony is, you don't want to punish because you don't want to be the bad guy. You don't want Bogler to hate you. But what's ironic about that? Franchise? What's ironic about that?
By not punishing, we are being the bad guy because we're not helping him.
Josen, you've had direct experience with this. What's ironic about that? You don't want to punish somebody for doing something wrong to you because you don't want them to not like you. But what's ironic about that?
It's ironic because they don't like you.
No.
They don't like you yet.
Travo, what's ironic about that? You don't
They
want to
don't
punish
like-
them. You don't want to punish them because you don't want to be the bad guy and you don't want them to not like you. But what's ironic about that?
If I don't punish, then they will not like me.
They definitely won't like you. They already don't like you, and if you refuse to punish them, they're going to hate you even more. You don't realize that. The reason why I have good relationships, the reason why girls fall madly, madly in love with me, if I get in a relationship with them, is because I do punish. I do punish violations of my expectations. And that actually makes the bond, the emotional investment, very strong. You don't realize that because you haven't done this. But when you enforce your expectations in your relationships, your bond with the other person in the relationship becomes very strong. It becomes much stronger than people who just say, hey, how can I make the person happy by giving them something they want? In your minds, when you have a relationship with somebody, a girl or a guy, you just think, hey, if I do what they want and I give them what they want, they're going to like me. Right? Isn't that most people's perspective when they come here? If I do something you want, I give you something you want, you're going to like me more. If I give you a lot of flowers, you're my girlfriend, I just keep giving you flowers, you're going to like me more. If I give you something better than flowers, I give you something, a gold-plated tennis bracelet with diamonds in it, you're going to like me even more than the flowers than when I gave you the flowers because I've given you something more that you want. Is a girl happy if you give her flowers, Josen? What? Can't hear you.
For the moment.
Is she happy if you give her flowers?
Maybe at that moment when you give it to her.
Is she happy when you give her flowers?
Yeah.
Yes. Travo, is a girl happy if you give her a tennis bracelet with diamonds in it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's happy. If you feed her and meet her needs, is she going to be happy with you, DVP?
Yes.
Big L, is she going to fall in love with you? Madly in love with you if you buy her a house?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she'll love you. She'll like you a lot. But guess what? If you never set a boundary, if you never set a limit on her, you will be an option in her life. You will not be necessary to her. Which means if another guy comes along who gives her a bigger house or a better car, she'll say, why am I with Big L? This guy's got a bigger house, a bigger car. Emotional investment does not start just by giving her stuff. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. It does start, but it does not hit the deepest level of attraction. If you are just a person providing stuff and not setting boundaries, a girl may fall in love with you, but you are still an option. You are not a necessity. You only become a necessity when you start leading the relationship, when you start taking charge of the relationship. What does it mean to lead a relationship, Franchise?
To guide her, direct her, teach her.
Yes, but what does it mean if you're guiding somebody to travel? What does that mean? If you're able to guide somebody, what does that mean?
It means you're directing them towards order.
Yes, what does it mean if you are able to guide somebody, DVP? What does that mean about what you know?
It means you're confident. It means you're telling them what they should do and what they shouldn't do.
What does that mean you found if you're able to guide somebody, Josen? Let's say you're a nature guide in the forest, and you're the only guy that knows how to get back to civilization. What does that mean, Josen?
You're limiting their options. You're limiting their options to one way.
Yes, because you know how to get back. You're limiting them. If you're a leader, you have to know where to go. You can't just go anywhere you want. That's not a leader. A leader has to go in the right direction. So if you are in charge of a relationship, what does that mean, Travo?
That you are a necessity to the girl or whoever you're in a relationship with.
Franchise, if you're in charge of a relationship, what does that mean?
Means you are the functional person for her to follow.
DVP, if you're in charge of a relationship, what does that mean? What do you know?
It means you are the leader and you know the direction.
Yeah, you know the one direction to go. You know the right direction to go in, which means you're limited. You have limitation and restriction on you because you know where to go. So if you have limitation and restriction on yourself, which means you have self-discipline, what does that mean you're going to have to apply to her by definition, by necessity? what does that mean you're going to have to apply to her?
Not self-discipline. You're going to have to apply punishment and discipline on her.
No, that is directionless. That answer is directionless. What does that mean you're going to have to apply to her, Joe-san? If you're disciplined, if you're self-disciplined, what does that mean you're going to have to apply to her?
Limits on her.
Yes, you're going to have to apply discipline to her. You're going to have to apply restrictions, limitations, which ultimately means you're applying one direction to her. When people have direction, what do they have? Oh, somebody showed up at Big L's house. Yes. What are people attracted to?
Order.
Ah, somebody is bright in this class. When you have direction, franchise, what do you have?
Order.
What are people ultimately attracted to?
Direction and order and functional thinking.
Are they attracted to that answer? No. Travo, when you know where to go and you can lead a relationship, what do you have?
Order.
Order? I don't know. Is it an orderly answer? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you that question again, Travo. But I'm going to ask DVP to give you a little hint. When you are able to lead a relationship and you know where you're going, DVP, what do you have?
Order.
And what are people ultimately attracted to?
Order.
Travo, when you know how to lead a relationship, what do you have?
Order.
And what are people ultimately attracted to?
Order.
Okay, now we're going to see if we can get an orderly, attractive answer out of franchise. Franchise, when you know how to lead a relationship, what do you have?
I have order in one direction.
Josen, when you can lead a relationship, what do you have?
Order.
And what are people ultimately attracted to?
Order.
Okay, now let's go back to franchise. He's going to give an attractive answer. Oh, he's gone.
No, I'm here.
Oh, he's here. Oh, he took his shirt off. He's sexier. Franchise, when you can lead a relationship, what do you have?
Order.
And what are people ultimately attracted to?
Order.
What's that? I missed it. What was that?
Order.
Order. Do you notice something about your guys' answers?
All the same.
Order? What did you guys notice about your answers?
They sound rather
They were
indecisive.
solid.
They were what?
They're definite.
They were definite, but what did you notice about all your answers compared to the other people's answers?
They were all the same.
They were all the same, which means what about them?
They were all in one. No,
That's all one direction.
Who said that?
I did.
Limited.
Yes? What did you say, franchise?
They're all one direction.
They're all one direction. They're all the same answer. We gave an orderly answer. Everybody's on the same page. We finally got the right answer.
I'm in the class too.
Oh, welcome, Mr. Care Bear Stare. Hard to remember when there's a blank spot.
Great.
Hey, Mr. Care Bear Stare, you have a blank screen. I forget you're there.
You have a black screen.
You have a black screen. It looks like the background.
Pardon me, I don't want to share my face.
Well, you could put a picture. You could put a static picture there.
Get a pic.
Yeah, I need to.
You should put a pic there. Then I'll remember you're in class. So let me test you. Let me test you, Mr. Care Bear.
Yeah.
When you can lead a relationship, what does that mean you have?
I have order.
Yes. And what are people ultimately attracted to?
Order.
Ah. So, if somebody in a relationship with you says, you know what, we just see things differently. We should just be friends. What does that mean? If she says we should just be friends, what does that mean, Joe-san?
It means they don't want to follow what I think.
DVP, if you're in a relationship and she says, let's just be friends, DVP, we're just too, I don't know, it's kind of worn off. It's kind of worn out. We should just be friends. What does that mean about the relationship?
It's not an orderly relationship.
Yeah, it's not an orderly relationship. Why is it not an orderly relationship?
Because it's not going in one direction.
Why is it not going in one direction?
Because you're not leading.
Yes, because you're not leading it. You're not restricting the direction. So there is no order. So ultimately there is no attraction. So if you give her things, that's great. Is it necessary to give her things in a relationship, Travo?
No, it's not.
Wrong. Is it necessary to give her things in a relationship, Josen?
Yes, her needs. Meet her needs.
Yes, you have to give her food, shelter, etc. You have to make her happy in the relationship. So you have to give her things. You have to give her affection, right? But it's also necessary to restrict her when she's going the wrong way. You have to give her order. If you just provide for her physical needs, but you don't restrict her, you are not providing order. Just like if I always say, hey, good job, Travel, whatever you do, good job, good job. You came to class on time, good job. You turned in your homework, good job. You stabbed another student, good job. Right? What's wrong with that, Travo?
There's no direction.
There's no direction. I'm only giving you what?
Praise.
I'm only rewarding you regardless of what you're doing. So there's no restriction on you. You could do something good, you could turn in your homework, or you could do something bad, you could stab another student. But if I'm disorderly, I'm not limiting your bad behavior. I'm just saying, hey, whatever you do, it's all good. You ever heard people say, it's all good?
Yeah.
Next time you hear somebody say it's all good, what are you going to tell them, Joe Son?
Stop.
What?
What? You're one of those guys that says, it's all good. When people say, oh, sorry about that, your immediate reaction is, it's all good, bro. It's all good. What are you going to tell them next time you hear somebody say, it's all good, homie?
I'm gonna tell him, shut up.
No, you're going to tell them, it's not all good. Sometimes it's bad, and we need to correct it. Welcome to class, Paperclip.
Thank you.
Hey, Paperclip. Hey, Paperclip.
Yes.
It's all good.
It's not all good.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but we got to make sure we can differentiate between the two. It's not all good. Don't let me ever catch you saying it's all good in class.
But what is it? I don't get the response. It's not all good. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. What does that mean?
I'm just trying to make the point that when people are saying it's all good, they're refusing to punish. They're refusing to acknowledge there are problems. There are definitely problems. We need to address the problems to make it all good.
Professor, I have a question.
Yes.
If someone says sorry, like they go out and say sorry, I didn't text you back, the next yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You say that's not all good, or should you say, hey, I appreciate you telling me?
No, I'm not strictly saying it's all good. It's just it's not a proper response. If you say it's all good, depends on the context. I'm saying in general, when people say it's all good, it means they're not addressing any of the problems. They're kind of just putting up a front to say, let's say you really violated one of their expectations and you beat them up, right? And they're trying to give a front. Like I saw a video of this rapper, he got punched. It was Lil B. Got punched in the face.
Base
right?
God.
Base God. Got punched in the face.
Thank you, Base God.
But he's trying to act hard. He's like, it's all good. Doesn't matter. Didn't faze me. Right? He's trying to cover up. So in that sense, that's what I'm talking about when I say it's all good. I'm not strictly saying in every case when a person answers it's all good. Not when like you give an apology and you say it's all good. You mean that the apology is accepted. That's a different context. But I'm specifically speaking about, never mind, just forget about it's all good. The point I'm trying to make is that you're trying to lead somebody in a functional relationship. That means you're going in one direction, right? In a functional relationship, you're going in one direction. Which means if they're doing something dysfunctional and you're not addressing it, it's not all good. So if they're causing problems to the relationship, like Boggles is causing a problem, and you say it's all good, you're not addressing the problem. You're sweeping it under the rug. Okay, so the point is, don't sweep problems under the rug, because ultimately if you can't create order in a relationship, the relationship is going to explode, implode, deteriorate, erode. You're going to be the best friend, or she's just going to be like, just not into you anymore. If a girl says, I'm just bored in the relationship, or I'm just not into you, or this or that, you don't just get bored. You only get bored when you have no direction. Share the screen. Somebody did base God.
Sorry. You're sharing your screen. Mark.
You go back. Somebody's turning in pics in the middle of a lecture. Stop with your pics.
Alright.
Alright, so let's move on. Paper, we just covered your EM report.
Oh, damn it.
Yep, you missed it. You'll just have to listen to it.
I snooze, I lose.
Alright, let's see here. Oh, by the way, you have a good one here. Let's cover this one.
Oh, another one of mine.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I feel popular today.
Okay.
I'm missing out party.
If I have broken relationships. Okay, here we said. I think is this the recap for this one? Yeah, this is the recap. Okay, after I told you. Today, why don't you read this paper?
Alright. Today, Mr. Franchise called me to hang out with him on Boggler.
I told him that I did not want to hang out with him because Bogler is there. I told him how Bogler was punishing me the night before and not giving me any incentive to care. Suddenly, I had a realization about the situation between Bogler and I. If I don't hang out with Mr. Franchise and Bogler, then how am I ever going to fix the friendship between Bogler and me? If I choose to avoid hanging out with Mr. Franchise when Bogler is around, then I'm being passive and expecting the relationship between Bogler and me to fix itself.
Oh, read that sentence again. I think Travo needs to hear this.
If I choose to avoid hanging out with Mr. Franchise when Bogler is around, then I'm being passive and expecting the relationship between Bogler and me to fix itself.
A lot of guys, very passive. There's a problem with Bogler. Let's just sweep it under the rug. I'm just not going to talk to Bogler. Bogler doesn't talk to me. Good enough, right? What if I just said, you know what? Class is going great, but Mr. Care Bear, fucking asshole, always screws up the class. Well, at least I got 8 other students that pay attention. Mr. Care Bear, I'll just sweep him under the rug. What would happen eventually, Franchise, if I had that attitude?
You just wouldn't respect them anymore.
I already don't respect them. That's why I'm sweeping them under the rug. What would happen, though, if I were to do that?
You're not addressing the main issue?
Well, you know I'm not addressing it. I'm asking what would happen if I didn't address it, Travo.
The issue would never get resolved.
Form a relationship.
Oh, speak of the devil, here he is.
Holy shit.
At the right time.
Bogler!
Perfect.
What's up?
What's up, Bogler? Are you on a phone or something? You're on a phone? Where you at?
Devil.
It looks like a mobster. Like shit.
Bogler, where you at?
That's pretty cool.
I'm outside doing errands.
He's outside doing errands. You thought you'd pop in class while you're doing errands?
He looks like an undercover spy.
Okay.
Manhood spy.
What? I forgot what was I saying again?
We were talking about how you shouldn't sweep the problem under the
Yes. What would happen if I were to sweep the problem under the rug, Mr. Care Bear? If I were just to ignore you in class?
With time, it's going to build up and explode.
Yes, with time it's going to build up and explode. The more I ignore the problem, the worse the problem's going to get. Eventually, your behavior would affect the class, it would affect the academy, you'd get in fights in the academy or something would happen. Eventually, it would come to a head. You would keep undermining my authority. You wouldn't listen to me, you'd keep undermining my authority. If I don't have any authority over you, it would be like a lot of situations in classrooms across the nation today, where teachers don't have authority over students, right? You look at YouTube videos of teachers and students, you'll see a common theme there. You'll see a lot of students clowning on teachers. If you look at any classroom videos, you're going to see a lot of clowning on teachers. Why is that? No authority. Sweeping problems under the rug. No authority,
Part of that,
no learning, no education. Yes.
can I add something?
Yes.
Well, in a lot of schools today, I think teachers are worried about, like, offending their kids, because then they could get fired or something.
Right. They don't have authority. The state doesn't give them authority. If you don't have authority, you can't teach a classroom. If I was here and I said, hey guys, you guys, this is an equal opportunity classroom. You guys are professors along with me. You don't have to listen to me. So you can do whatever you want here, but I'm going to try and teach you stuff. I'm going to try and teach you social interaction. But whatever you do, I can't do anything about it. You think we'd be having the same classroom here?
No, we wouldn't learn shit.
Why wouldn't you learn shit? Some of you would learn something. I would tell you, hey, do this, that. But what would ultimately be the problem?
Our relationship would just go.
It would die.
TBP, what would be the problem?
It would be, people could basically do whatever the fuck they wanted.
Right.
There wouldn't be one direction.
What would be the problem, Mr. Care Bear?
There would be no order.
There'd be no order. Exactly. So what would problems? What symptoms will we see?
So somebody is paying attention while others are just joking around.
They would be joking around in class. They'd be how easy do you think it'd be to teach you social interaction if Josen is cracking jokes to Big L and Paper is flashing pictures of of naked chicks on the screen. Franchise is having sex with hookers in the other screen. Travo's not even in the room. He keeps coming in and out eating food. And the new guy, the Learninator, is picking his nose on the screen. Yeah, exactly. How hard would that be to learn something in that environment? It'd be extremely difficult. It'd be like holding class in a club. What's wrong with holding class in a club? I could still teach you exactly what I'm teaching you right now, but what would be the problem, Joe-san, if you were holding class in a club?
Hold on, what's that noise?
Exactly. If I didn't keep order in this class, Bogler, are you in a place with high traffic?
There's people around.
Well, I'm going to find out.
Are you in a train?
Hold on.
Get out. Trying to learn here.
There we go. Boggles, you're going to have to click out because we got too many background noises. Okay. We have a prime example. This is a prime example. We have a distraction. We have a lady talking in the background. We got foot traffic, etc. If I just say, "Hey, do whatever you want," what's the problem? Same problem if we were in a club. I try to teach you in the middle of a club when you hear what's the problem? Distractions. Disorder. Very hard to learn in an environment of disorder. Too many distractions. If I keep hearing feedback, right? It's very distracting for me. I can't teach. If I hear noises, people talking, very hard to pay attention. Too many distractions. So we need some order. People are ultimately attracted to order. If you can't keep your relationship orderly, good luck keeping that girl around. Good luck keeping the friendship going. If you have a relationship at the academy that's disorderly, what should you do with it, franchise?
You should address it.
Should you be like Jar and say, well, you know what? Bro, I just can't get it done. I'm just going to ignore you. Not going to talk to you.
No. Set the limitation.
Set the limitation. Figure out the problem. So in Jar's case, Jar was correct in that he didn't have a recourse. If Bogler didn't listen to the Plum rule, nothing he could do about it. Bogler would just say, shut up. So he needs to come to Plum and say, hey, I'm not able to get this expectation met. There's a problem. There's a problem here. It's under your authority. You need to take care of it. Don't sweep the problems under the rug. Otherwise, you only contribute to the problem. If you're not punishing Bogler, you're not acting as a good deputy. What's the problem with that by not acting as a good deputy, Big L?
By not acting as a good deputy, you're just like sweeping it under the rug. You're not solving the problem. You're only contributing.
You're contributing to the problem. You are becoming a part of the problem. You are enabling the problem to continue going on, to continue happening. So if you're a bad deputy and you're not enforcing my authority, you're not enforcing my laws, I should say, you're causing more problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
This does kill my ears.
Therefore, we gotta fix that shit.
Yes. We've been having technical difficulties galore lately. Hold on a second.
Someone like turn a fan on or something?
There we go.
There we go.
It went away.
Thank you.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Back. Oh no! No! Motherfucker, Google. Okay, Google just crashed. The classroom just crashed. Coming back in the classroom. Or at least trying to. Oh, sweet. Alright, gonna try to reboot the Hangout. Oh, Google, you so crazy. Let me try to get back in class. I'm clicking my own classroom link. Amazing. It's coming back slowly. Is it coming back? Just a few seconds. And...
Guys, we need to stick together.
Oh, welcome back!
What the fuck is going on here?
We're just having some in-house examples of disorder in our classroom.
Professor Plum.
I'm gonna take over the class.
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to take over. So I got booted from class. Google was not behaving itself. We're back. We're back in business.
You came right back in time. We were about to throw DVP off a cliff.
Uh-oh.
It was turning into Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, no.
Damn it. All right.
Oh, he's got it again.
This one crashed. Hold on. This one crashed. I'm putting this window back up. All right, here we go. We should be back now. All right.
Oh, shit. That's a recursive function right there.
I know. It's because it's not... the chat room isn't playing. Let me see if I can click on my screen and keep it there. All right. I can't see your lovely faces because it's not giving me the pop-out window. Oh, Google Chat. You so crazy.
You so crazy.
I didn't finish what I was reading.
Did the screen clear up, though? If I stay on this screen?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, I just can't see your smiling faces anymore. All right. So, did we cover this? Okay, keep going. Let's finish it.
Okay, if I choose to avoid hanging out with Mr. Franchise when Bogler is around, then I'm being passive and expecting the relationship between Bogler and me to fix itself. It was a good idea to express myself to Mr. Franchise, for the sole reason of becoming aware of my mistake. I told Mr. Franchise to say hi to Bogler for me, and to tell him that I miss him. I need to reward Bogler whenever he's not punishing me, in order to give him good incentive to start rewarding me, too. I need to discontinue being passive about fixing broken relationships and do something about it. I can't expect to change Bogler's behavior by punishing without giving him incentive, because then he won't listen to me. The only reason why Bogler punishes Professor Plum less than me is because their relationship is much better than my relationship with Bogler. If I have broken relationships, then I have two options. Fix them or leave them behind. I don't want to leave my relationship with Boggles behind, so time to become more responsible with my relationship with people and fix the problems with it.
Yes. If I have broken relationships, I have two options. Fix them or leave them behind. Guess what? If you're attending Manhood Academy, how many options do you have for your relationships, Travo?
One.
One option. If you can't get along with every single student at this academy, there is a problem. You do not get your diploma. You must be able to address the students who you have no problems with, that you like hanging out with, and the students you do have problems with and you don't like hanging out with. Who has the question?
I do.
Go ahead, hit it. What's your question?
What if you have a situation where you have a problem, but the other person doesn't want to resolve it? What do you do then?
Well, we have that situation in our academy. We happen to have that situation in our academy.
Well, outside of the academy.
Well, that's outside of the academy. We can't control outside of the academy. So outside of the academy, you're going to have to use the skills you learn here. This is the whole reason why you're learning how to manage your expectations with the other students here right now. This is the training ground. You're learning how to handle other students outside the academy, or other people who aren't students. So if you have a problem with another person outside of the academy, everybody, whose mom is in the room? Tell your mom to get the fuck out or turn off your microphone.
Mr. Care Bear, get rid of your mom. My mom's not in the room. It was news.
Yeah.
Turn off the TV.
Turn off the TV. You good?
Your mom's in the same room as you. Just like turn off the mic.
Yeah, thank you. Excellent suggestion. If you have distractions in the room, you have people talking, turn off your mic. Okay.
Yeah, excuse me.
Let's see. Like so many distractions. Hard to keep my train of thought. Hard to keep the train of thought.
Keep pushing.
Okay, so if you have people you're dealing with outside of the academy and you have a problem with them, number one, you should be the initiator. You should be the person leading a relationship. So people that come into your life, you should be affecting them. You shouldn't be passive in those relationships. But for others who are highly dysfunctional and you don't have to interact with them on a daily basis, you shouldn't be trying to accommodate their dysfunction by humoring them, giving them attention, etc. Who should you be giving your attention to, Paperclip?
To people who meet my expectations.
Why? What is your attention?
Reward.
It's a reward. Who do you reward?
Those who meet my expectations.
Those who meet your needs. If somebody is meeting your needs, you should reward them. Somebody is not meeting your needs, you should punish them. Which means, it doesn't mean just punching them in the face, it also means just not giving them your attention. If somebody is trying to talk to you and speak to you and have a social interaction with you, and they're not meeting your needs, that means the relationship you're forming with that person is currently dysfunctional. You have a lot of dysfunctional relationships. You hang out with guys and you say, what's up, bro? And they say, what's up, bro? And you say, not much. And that's it. Or maybe you don't even say not much. You just say, what's up, bro? And he says, what's up, bro? And you just hang. Right? You go do something. You play a video game or something. That's it. And then you go home. How functional is that relationship, DVP?
It's not a functional relationship at all.
Why not? You guys just said, what's up? You guys play video games.
You don't even know each other. It's basically just, the only thing you're really doing is just like...
Well, we know that, but I'm asking you, why isn't it a functional relationship? Travo?
He's not here. He just went away.
Mr. Care Bear, why isn't it a functional relationship?
Because it's not accomplishing anything. I mean, I want to get to know this guy, and we are just doing.
Why isn't it a functional relationship, franchise?
Because there's no direction with this plan.
Why isn't it a functional relationship, Joe-san?
Nobody's needs are being met.
Yes. Say that. So you're not a girl now. Say that in a guy's voice.
Nobody's needs are being met.
Yes. We want a statement, not a question. Nobody's needs are being met. A functional relationship means what, Paperclip?
That everyone's needs being met.
Yes, it means mutual needs are being met. It means your needs are being met and my needs are being met. Paperclip, do we have a relationship together?
Yes, we do.
Are your needs being met?
Yes.
Are my needs being met?
Yes.
Then we have a functional relationship. If somebody's needs aren't being met in our relationship, we are having a dysfunctional relationship with that other person. That means we need to act. We need to initiate. So if we're saying, hey, if we're in a relationship with another guy, another friend, and we say, hey, what's up, bro? And he says, hey, what's up, bro? And we're playing Xbox and then we leave. What should we do to address that relationship?
Talk to each other and compare our experiences.
Talk to each other. Don't we already talk to each other? We already say, what's up, bro?
That's
talking.
That's not conveying your experience.
Oh, so you don't mean just talking?
No, I mean talking as in conveying your experience, comparing your personal thoughts.
Okay, so I could tell you, hey, bro, what's up, bro? I just had a pizza and I went pee. I just conveyed my experience to you.
That's sharing information.
Oh, so you want to give a different answer now? I wish you would give the right answer. I want to hear the right answer. Let's hear the right answer.
Conveying your reaction.
Conveying your personal reaction for the point of what?
Sharing my thoughts and feelings with that person.
That's not a point. That's what you're doing. Building relationships. For getting people's needs met in the relationship, yes. The reason why I'm sharing my personal reaction is to meet your social need. If I tell you, what's up, bro? Am I meeting your personal need? Am I meeting your need in the relationship? Nope. What's up, bro, does not meet your need. If all your relationship with the other person you're talking to is, what's up, bro? That's a worthless relationship. That's an optional relationship. Do you realize, think about the people in your life right now that you have what's up, bro relationships with. Are those necessary? Do you look forward to those relationships? Are those necessary relationships? Like, let's say that person goes away today. Will you miss that relationship? No. Because it's optional. It doesn't meet a need. If it doesn't meet a need, it's an optional relationship. Who has a question?
I did, Travis.
Travis, what's up? Welcome back.
If you said "What's up, bro" in a certain way, like you haven't seen your friend in a while.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? And you run up and give him a big hug, pat him on the back.
Okay, does a pat on the back meet your need?
I think so.
Yeah.
Hold on, Mr. Franchise.
Franchise. Mute your mic. Thank you. Travo.
Care, take your mic a little away from your face.
It sounds like Darth Vader. Darth Vader, calm down.
I am your father.
All right, Travo.
Yeah.
Does a hug meet your need?
Yes.
Yes, it meets your need. Affection. You need affection in your relationships, even with your bros. What else?
So it is okay to say what's up, because I say what's up, not to ask the person, what's going on, but as a greeting.
Okay, so when I'm saying what's up, am I technically saying you can never say what's up? Is that my message?
That's what I'm taking it as.
Well, then you're not looking at the bigger picture. What is the point of me saying don't say what's up?
Because it doesn't, just saying what's up doesn't meet anybody's needs.
Yeah, it doesn't meet anybody's needs. I'm not strictly saying you can never say what's up. I'm not saying outside of the academy you can never say what's up. The reason why I say you can't say what's up inside the academy is what, DBP?
Because you're not conveying your reactions. You're not meeting anybody's needs.
Yes, you're being lazy, essentially. You're not leading the relationship. That's why I don't allow it. It's not, I mean, if we're talking, I might say what's up to you. But that's because I know how to meet your needs. I'm not going to just stop at saying what's up. I'm not going to leave the responsibility on your shoulders to have a functional relationship. I know how to contribute to the relationship. I know how to lead the relationship. I know how to stimulate you. I know how to meet your needs. So I could say what's up. But you, coming to the academy as a new student, don't know how to do any of that. All you do know how to do is say what, Travo?
What's up?
What's up? Yeah, exactly. All you know how to say is what's up. That's why I take away your main weapon. Your what's up weapon. What's up? Now you don't have that weapon anymore. Now what are you going to do? Yeah, now you're going to have to learn something. Now you're going to have to learn to do something different. Because all you do is what's up.
You take away that option.
Yeah, I take away that option, so now you have to learn how to actually meet a person's needs. So yes, you're allowed to say what's up when you leave the academy, but
Nice.
what should you also realize, Paperclip?
That I shouldn't be a lazy ass and expect the other person to convey himself without giving him any positive incentive.
Yes, you need to be the person conveying your personal reaction. Guess what happens, Travo, when you start conveying your personal reaction, and the other person has no clue about social interaction. They haven't been to the academy. They haven't been trained. What's going to happen if you start conveying your personal reactions to that person? What's going to happen, Travo?
They become attracted.
Not only that, what else happens? What else do you notice?
I don't know.
What do you notice about Joe-san? He came to the academy. He was quiet, shy guy. not saying too much. All of a sudden, everybody starts conveying their personal reaction, and I start conveying my personal reaction. What happens to Josun? Josun,
They learn personal reaction.
maybe Josun can explain. What happens to you, Josun, after you start hearing people conveying their personal reactions?
I'll start having my input.
Yes, you're encouraged to go, oh, look at all these people sharing their personal reactions. They're not just saying, what's up, bro? That encourages me to do that. When you have, hey, Josun, do you know people? Do you know homies? Do you know bros? Where you say, what's up? And all they say is, what's up?
I do.
Okay. Are you encouraged to talk about your life and share your life with them?
No, I'm not.
No, just the opposite. You're encouraged to not share with them. They're like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm cool. That encourages me to not share with you, to not open up to you, to not form a functional relationship with you. So if you die tomorrow and the only thing I've ever said to you for 10 years is what's up, it won't really matter that much to me. Because you're an option. Will people be sad if Professor Plum passes away tomorrow?
Yes, very sad.
Yes.
Why will you be sad?
Because my needs will not be met. I will not become socially whatever that word is.
And that because we
Thank
need
you.
to meet our needs.
You need personal competence.
No, that is not why you'll be sad.
I'll have no friends. I'll have no life. I'll never fulfill my dreams.
Why will you be sad? That is a different answer. Why will you be sad?
Who are you asking?
Have a relationship. You're valuable to us.
Yes.
Have a relationship.
I was a need to you. It was a valuable relationship to you. It wasn't just what's up, bro. It was an option. I became a necessity in your life. So once you pull away a necessity, you will be drastically affected by that. Just as if I took away your food. If I took away your food for a week, would you be affected by that?
Oh yeah.
Why would you be affected by that?
Because then you're gonna start starving, and you need
Why would you be affected if I took away your food? What is your food?
your need.
Yeah, it's a necessity. You need that food. If I take away somebody you love, your wife, your girlfriend who you're deeply in love with, I just shoot her in the head, will you be affected by that?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Because
She meets your need. She's a necessity. If I leave the academy, I never talk to you again just tomorrow, will you be affected by that?
Yes.
Why?
Because we need you to teach us how to be socially competent.
I'm a necessity, exactly. So you need to become a necessity in people's lives. In your relationships, you need to be the necessity. If you're a guy who just leaves a relationship and nobody's affected by it, the girl says, well, he's a friend. That means you weren't a necessity. You were an option. You didn't lead the relationship. You sat back passively and were just, I hope the relationship works itself out. I hope it just happens. I hope Boggles just kind of fixes his own problems.
Hell, that's the reason why parents fuck up.
Exactly. I hope the kid fixes himself. I hope it just works out. Right? You have to lead the relationship. Speaking of leading the relationship poorly, next class tomorrow, we're not talking about anything in the podcasting topics other than expression because we've skipped twice.
No.
Expression posts.
Why?
Because
we need class ever.
We need to cover expression for sure. So tomorrow's class is going to only cover.
What the hell is doing that?
Knock that shit off. Tomorrow's class will only cover expression. Only cover expressions because we've hit so many EM posts and I've been talking too much without getting expression practice. So that's it. Any last questions or comments?
We're done with class?
We're done with class. Thank you for showing up.
It's too early.
Hey, Professor.
Hold on.
What's up, bro?
Professor, I have a quick question.
Yes.
You say like I'm meeting someone new. I want to introduce myself, my name. I can just say it at any time because that's my expectation for them to know my name and for them to know my name, vice versa.
Right.
That was just basically because I have a problem. Like when I talk to people, I would initiate conversation, but I don't know when I should introduce myself as my name.
What do you mean introduce yourself?
Well, I just like
give me an example. I'm a new guy. Hey, I'm in class. What's up, bro? You sit next to me? Cool.
Hey, what's up? My name is Michael.
Okay.
That's fine.
You tell me.
Okay. I just have a problem with that. I just don't know when the proper time is.
I'm asking you. When is the proper time?
Whenever my expectation is the proper time for.
Travo, are you allowed to say your name right when you meet a person?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say it 10 minutes after you meet the person?
Yes.
So what does it depend on? When can you say your name? What's the criteria, or what's the standard for that?
Whenever you want. Whenever it comes up. Whenever you initiate. Whenever. Whatever your expectation is.
Yeah.
It's your expectation. This is not like when should I say my greeting and when does the salutation come and when do I introduce this information and that information. It depends on what is functional to the relationship. So, for instance, if I say, this new guy sitting next to me, you're the new guy in class, Franchise, or not a new guy, but you're just the guy sitting next to me, and I'm a new guy in class, I come in, I sit down next to you, and I say, hey, Franchise, last night I buried a hooker in my basement. Oh, by the way, my name's Professor Plum.
Call the cyber police.
Hold on. Franchise, am I being open with you? Am I sharing my reactions?
In a dysfunctional way.
Am I being open and sharing my reactions with you?
Yes.
Yes. I am. But is it building a functional relationship?
No.
Why is it not building a functional relationship?
Because the act of burying a hooker is dysfunctional.
Right, but why is it not why am we not forming a functional relationship? Why am I not forming a functional relationship with you?
Well, I don't believe you're conveying your personal reaction towards burying a hooker. How does that make you feel?
Okay, but irregardless of the hooker, or regardless of the hooker, not irregardless.
Okay.
Why is that not creating a functional relationship? The fact that I shared that, why is that not creating a functional relationship? It's not doing what for you?
Your needs.
It didn't stimulate the other person.
Franchise, why is it not creating a functional relationship for you?
Well, it definitely didn't stimulate my expectation of a functional conversation or relationship.
So ultimately it didn't do what?
It didn't meet my needs.
Yes, it didn't meet your needs.
Okay.
So consider, how should you figure out what you should say in a conversation? What would be the easiest way to do that, Franchise?
Just, I would say convey my reaction.
No.
Like, hey,
What's the easiest way to consider what you should say in a conversation, Travo? What's the easiest way to figure out something to say? What should you consider to figure out what you should be saying?
I don't know.
Mr. Care Bear, what should you consider to figure out what you should be saying to the other person in the conversation?
Okay, well, generally, what I should consider what my needs are and
Yes.
what his needs are.
No.
And
You don't even know what his needs are. You have no idea what his needs are.
Yeah, well, my needs are same as his.
Wait, say that again.
My needs are same as everybody's needs.
Did you hear that, Josen?
That was beautiful.
Heard it.
His needs are the same as everybody else's needs. So if he wants to know what to say in a relation to form a functional relationship with this guy, what does he need to consider? Mr. Care Bear?
His own needs.
Yeah, I need to consider what I want when somebody is approaching me.
Yes. What are my needs? What do I want? And if I know what, not just what I want, but what meets my needs, then what do I know about what to say in a conversation?
Well, then I know what his needs are.
Yeah.
For example, he wants a fun time. If I want a fun...
I want a fun time, so I know somebody else wants a fun time. I want affection.
Well, I don't want from a stranger to talk about hookers, so...
Well, there you go. So now you know that's not going to form a functional relationship. That's not going to stimulate me. What's going to stimulate me? Affection, attention, right? I want somebody to pay attention to me. I want somebody to show me affection, to give me a hug, a high five, to some sign of affection. Say, hey, bro, hey, brosif, hey, bro-towski, bro-chacho, right? I'm gonna show affection. I'm gonna show attention. I want somebody to share their personal reactions with me. I want somebody to stimulate me. So that means I need to share my personal reactions. I need to stimulate me. When people say, "What's up, bro?" Does that stimulate me?
No.
Should I be saying, "What's up, bro," to other people?
No.
Frank, I'll ask a paperclip. Trick question. Paperclip. If people say, "What's up, bro?" to me, and it doesn't stimulate me, should I be saying, "What's up, bro?" to them?
No.
Strictly speaking, should I be saying, am I allowed to say, "What's up, bro?"
What do you mean by strictly speaking?
Well,
What does that mean?
remember when we talked, you just asked the question about, am I allowed to say, "What's up, bro?" outside of the academy?
Uh-huh.
What was my answer
That's
to you?
my question.
Yeah, I can say, what's up, bro?
But,
I can say, what's up, bro, as long as I'm not being a lazy asshole and expecting the other people to convey himself without any positive incentive.
yes, as long as I'm conveying my personal reaction, I could still
Hold on,
say,
Franchise, turn off your mic.
like, mute. Thank you, sir. Yes, I can get away with saying, "What's up, bro?" But I have to be careful to remember, I need to convey my personal reaction. I can't just rely on the other person to lead the conversation. So if I'm saying, "What's up, bro?" that's great for a greeting, but then I can follow that up with, "Hey, here's my personal reaction."
I'm so stoked to say what's up again. I'll be like, what's up?
He wasn't allowed to say that.
Come here, bro!
Adios, muchachos.